Swayman.
Are they going to split these games, or have you made it?
Yeah, we don't. I mean, we haven't really made a final decision on that, but we'll just go with Sway tonight, and then we'll reevaluate. Typically, we tend to lean towards the other guy in back-to-backs.
Any other lineup changes
Casty will be in tonight.
coming out?
Cole will come out tonight.
Joe, during this stretch where the power play's been clicking a little bit better, how do you see Osterman being maybe more of a facilitator in order to maybe to generate more chances for guys around here?
I think that's, yeah, part of it, maybe. We still don't want Pasta to lose the shot, right? We want him to be shot-focused, but other teams do a good job of taking that elbow away against him, right? If you're pre-scouting the power play, you're going to try to take away the most dangerous guy, which usually is him. So it does open up other opportunities for other guys to be able to execute some plays. And but no, certainly, like on the goal there last game, the one that Pav scored, you know, their pressure gets extended up top, and David makes a good read. He's able to get it by their three-point pressure up top, and we have a quick 2-on-1 down low. So that's where, you know, he can see that ice in the offensive side of the game very well and make those plays.
Joe Wild without Kaprizov, what kind of an offense is this without him out there?
What kind of offense is it? Is that what you said?
Are they still
Well, their trademark is checking, I think, to begin with obviously some highly skilled players, him being one of them. Boldy comes to mind, Zuccarello, right? Those guys come to mind. So it's a different look, but, you know, when I look at this team here tonight, they have the best road record in the league right now. And I think the reason they have that is because they start games, they're ready to play. And that's something that we have to be mentally ready for tonight, is the start of the game, making sure that we understand how good they are on the road and why they're good on the road.
Joe, I'm thinking mostly of young forwards when I ask this question, but when the kids come up, be it from college, Europe, or Canadian juniors, any of them have a quicker grasp, you think, of details, attention to details, 200-foot game? Anybody's got the edge.
I don't think it depends on the league they come from necessarily. I think it depends on the individual more. So that's been my experience anyway. I think that college players tend to be a little bit more older coming into the pro ranks than maybe juniors at times, or maybe some Europeans. So they might have a better understanding maybe of some of the systems and stuff. But no, I really, like, my experience has always been it depends on the individual player. There's a lot of smart players that come from every league. There's also some other younger players from all those leagues that it just takes a little bit more time. So to pinpoint one league and say that this league develops better or they're more detail oriented, I just haven't seen that. It goes by the individual.
Joe, were you familiar with Kastelic's game at all in Ottawa?
A little bit. I mean, we played against them last year, and I do remember this, you know, there was a physical player that was running around and certainly finishing his checks on a consistent basis. He had an impact in games when we played them, and watching a little bit, obviously, around the league. So, but obviously got to know him a lot more once he got here as far as how he plays.
So you see that he seems like a guy he's going to be living in the gym, he's working hard in practice, and nothing is given to him type of person. What kind of impression does that make on you as a coach once you see that?
Well, he's a great guy to have around, number one, because of those reasons. He's a good pro. He's fit. He takes care of himself. He puts extra time into the off-ice part as well as the on-ice part too. So those are good leadership qualities. And on top of that, he's on the ice. He's playing hard every shift. So I think that sometimes if the game is quiet one way or the other, Casty has the ability to draw people into it more the way he plays, and that's good for our team.
He's one of those guys that you always hear coaches love those types of players.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you have to value those type of players and what he brings to our team, both on the ice and off the ice.
He played a lot of net front power play his last couple of years in junior. You haven't used him there. Do you think he has that skill?
I don't know. He could. I mean, he's obviously got the physique and he's got the willingness to get there. You know, we just have had some success with other guys there right now. But, you know, you never say never, right? But you have to recover pucks on the power play, you have to retrieve pucks and you have to be able to make plays in tight areas too. You're getting pressure on recoveries and on retrievals below the goal line. So you have to be able to execute under pressure fairly quick.
You said Saturday that you thought Wallstrom had played well in the times that he's been in there. What specifically have you liked about his game, and what would you like to see more of?
Well, he's staying in the lineup tonight because I thought he played well. I thought he'd earned the opportunity to stay in for tonight. Last game, I like the fact that he was skating the first couple periods. He was physical. He finished some checks. He was around the net front. He had a couple of opportunities in the slot. Obviously, we'd like to see him finish. He'd like to finish a little bit more as well, too. But I just thought he played a good game. He had an impact on the game. Third period, I believe his minutes were cut down a little bit. But overall, I think he earned the right to be in the lineup here tonight.
You were talking going into this weekend about just stopping the bleeding. Now, how important is it to build some momentum at this point?
Yeah, it's important. I think that we talked about that yesterday, having a mindset going into these last 4 games, starting last game, about how we want to play going into the break and where we need to be as far as up here too. And so we're treating every game, like I said, it's almost like playoff hockey, and to make sure that we're ready and we're dialed in. And I mentioned earlier, this team presents a real good challenge, one of the better teams, if not the best team on the road. They start on time, they're ready to play, and I think it's a good challenge here tonight for our guys to respond. Again, follow it up. Shouldn't say respond, follow it up with another good effort here tonight.
I'm very excited. It's been I don't know how long it's been, but it's been long enough, and really just eager and hungry to be able to hopefully contribute and just put my best foot forward and have fun out there.
Kind of a critical area of the season that you feel like you're really coming back in the thick of it here.
For sure. I mean, I think everybody's got the same mindset that it feels like playoffs already, and every game matters, and with the standings so tight, so definitely feels like I'm coming right back into the thick of it, but I couldn't be happier to be playing meaningful games like this.
Any kind of balance of like dipping your toe in, or is it all just sort of full speed when you're out there?
I think it's just full speed. I feel like I only know how to play one way, and I mean, I can't be cautious out there. I mean, I'm ready to go, and I'm excited, and I feel the best I've felt almost since camp. So as far as energy-wise and feeling fresh, so I'm really just planning to just go out there and go balls to the wall.
Given your style of play, was it that much more important to maybe take that extra couple of days?
I think for sure. I think I'm not going to be a guy that's not getting touched out there or dealing with a lot of contact. So I think it's the extra couple of days helped for sure. And I mean, this time around, I feel like myself and ready to go, and feeling really healthy and just positive. So really excited to be coming back into the situation, and just be back around the guys on a full-time basis is exciting.
Mark, how does this team find consistency, both not just with results, but also with effort?
I think it's just like an everyday thing, even in practice. I think a lot of things we talk about as our practice habits translate to our game. So I think just no matter whether it's a game day back-to-back, if you're feeling tired, it's just being focused on detail, and even if it's just for 15 minutes, it's an important. Every day is important to get better, and I think that's the biggest thing.
Sorry to come in late, but just what does it mean to get back out there, especially at this point in the season?
Super exciting. These are huge games, especially right before the break. We're treating them like playoff games, and every team we play nowadays is a great team. So it's just exciting to be playing meaningful hockey this time of year, and going to war with the guys. It's real fun.
We let it get away from us, so we just have to continue to focus on that, take pride in that, and it usually works out for us.
Yeah, does it help when you know there's only 3 games left going into the break, and you kind of treat them with playoff intensity and urgency?
Yeah, you definitely have that opportunity. We're playing some very important games and some really good teams too, so they're games you really get excited for. When you're able to break it down to smaller segments, you can definitely treat it that way. And But yeah, I mean, we're gonna have to do that the rest of the year. So it's a good opportunity to do it again tonight against a really good team. They didn't have a great game last game, so they're gonna come out and want to respond. That's what good teams do. So we have to be prepared.
Brad, there's been points in your career when you've been on many teams that have been kind of bubble teams. Is there a date you feel that things start to become critical?
Not really a specific date. I think that you understand that every point throughout the season matters. We've missed playoffs a couple of years by 1 point, and that's when you realize that you can't give up games even early in the year. You have to take every game and understand the value of each point. And that's why when you don't have your best games, you still have to find a way to claw points out of games. So, from here on out, we're going to be fighting for our lives. We know that. So we can't give away easy points. That's our biggest thing. We have to make sure that we're clawing and grabbing for every single point we can every night. We're not going to win every game, we know that, but we can't give away anything easy.
Following up on that, one of the things your team hasn't had much of this year is consistency, certainly like night after night. The clawing and grabbing, is that something you guys can find every night out there with the effort level?
Yeah, I wouldn't say that there hasn't been consistency at all throughout the year. I think we went through a stretch when Joe got here where we were playing really good hockey, and unfortunately we went into the Christmas break and didn't come out the same way. And sometimes that's what happens with breaks. It kind of throws you out of your rhythm. We do have to find that consistency from here on out, which we have that ability to. I mean, we're getting some guys here back now that make a huge impact on our group, and when they brought a lineup, we missed them. But it has an impact on the ice and in the room. When we're together as a group, we're deep, and we know we can play against anybody when we play the right way, and it's all about that mindset. So we continue to work on that every day in practice, carry into the room. I like our group. I like the way that we're built, and I think we can get the job done. We just have to continue to improve.
Brad, you'll be going after Four Nations next week. I realize it's not an all-star competition, but part of the problem in all-star games through the years was guys dropping in and trying to be competitive at an odd time of the year. What kind of prevents that? What's the challenge this time to make it competitive, make guys care, really buy in?
For the Four Nations?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, when you're playing for your country, it's a different. All-star games they are what they are. I mean, guys aren't going there to show up. It's still their break. They don't get a break after that. So that they're showing up there to. No one is going to get hurt by trying too hard, or you're obligated to be there because it's a privilege to be there. But you're also some of those guys are going to be there every other entire career, and they're obligated to. They're going to be suspended. So you're not going to get everyone's best at all-star games, and they try to make a show for the fans, and it gets long and it gets old, and you can only be so repetitive before it gets old for the players and fans. So I love that, not just for the players but for fans as well. I mean, I'm a huge fan of the game, and those all-star games are terrible to watch. But the World Cups and the Olympics and these Four Nation tournaments, these are a blast, because when guys put on their jersey for the country, it doesn't matter where you're at. I mean, they're going to leave everything they have in the ice, and they're going to play as hard as they possibly can. And when we're going up against each other, it's not going to be like that all-star mentality. It's you're trying to win for. You feel the weight of the entire country on your shoulders, and you may never have the opportunity to put that jersey on again. So you want to make the most of it, and now to have that every second year between the World Cup and the Olympics, it's going to be incredible for the sport of hockey, and I think everyone's really excited about it. The players are extremely excited about it. It's something that we've been very vocal about in the past, about wanting to be part of these tournaments. So it's a great opportunity that we have ahead of us.